everyone! Before we get started, I would just like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we're all gathering today. I'd like to pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. So hey, howdy, welcome. My name is Sarah. If you haven't been here before, welcome. And if you're returning, thanks. And if y'all could like this video, that would be fantastic. Please subscribe to my channel, leave a comment down below. Check me out on Instagram as well. I think that's all the things I have to say, right? I don't know, but do it. Do it. Anyway, today I am putting makeup on my face. It's 3 p.m. on a Monday and I've just decided I'm gonna do it. Just finished my shoot and finished work for the day. Just gonna do it for fun. I bought some new makeup the other day I wanted to try out. So I'm gonna do it. I'm just wearing some comfy loungewear, so I'm just gonna do a really simple look. If you can hear the rain in the background, you're welcome. There's nothing nicer than the sound of rain. Alright, so I was walking through a shopping centre the other day and I walked past a chemist that had Maybelline makeup on a good sale out the front and I couldn't go past it. I like Maybelline. I have a lot of Maybelline stuff. In fact, everything I'm going to put on my face today, bar like 3 things, will be Maybelline. Get rid of this packet again. That'll do. So I've wanted to try this for a while, the Dream Urban Cover Full Coverage Foundation. It's the same color that I have in their Radiant Liquid. And it looks too dark, but when I put the Radiant Liquid on my face, it looks too dark as well. But it blends out okay, so hopefully it won't be too dark. It's normally like 20 bucks or something and I got it for 5. So I got that in Classic Ivory, so I don't really have a full coverage foundation, so I'm keen to try that. And I also got the Instant Age Rewind Eraser Concealer, which I've heard a lot about. It's meant to be full coverage as well. As I said, don't have a lot of full coverage stuff. I have a lot of very hydrating sheer, more sheer to medium foundations. And I bought the Fit Me finishing powder. I'm trying out a few powders at the moment. I like my Cover FX one, but I don't know if I love it. I don't know, maybe I'm just not using it right because I don't know what I'm doing, probably. And then I'll just put all the other, that's my new stuff, and I'll just put my existing stuff on my face. Let's do it. Just for color reference, this is the Radiant Liquid that I have. It's got hyaluronic acid in it. And this is the full coverage one. Same color. If anything in the bottle, this one looks lighter. But it somewhat matches my skin tone, kind of, in when I put it on my face. It's probably still a little bit dark. Maybe, or maybe it's just too warm. I have a neutral to cool skin tone. I don't have warm skin, which sucks because warm skin's so pretty. Alright, here we go. It's got SPF 40, so I expect that this is gonna smell like sunscreen. It does, but it also kind of smells like Greek yogurt. Let's see how I go. Should I zoom you in a little bit? Maybe just a little bit. It's in the middle. Yeah, it really smells like Greek yogurt. I'm gonna try and avoid getting too much of it under my eyes. I already have, but because I do, oh, I forgot to put primer on. I even got my primer out. My instant pore eraser. Oh well, too late. Sorry, Nikki Tutorials. So that's not fully blended in yet. That is the coverage that was like the equivalent of 1 pump. And there's some on this side as well. Not enough though. I don't even properly moisturize. Let's see if it can cover this red spot that's always on my cheek. Mostly. Now the colour, see, it's just not quite right, but it's not as dark as you would think looking at it on the bottle. Hey, oh, I really need to pluck my eyebrows. Oh, okay. I don't know what that was. No notifications came up. I'm sitting in front of my computer. That is quite a lot of coverage. On the camera, because I might have to have my light so up so high, because it's dark, I look like a ghost. But in the mirror, I look a lot more glowy and a bit more tan. Maybe that's just the lighting in here, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna stop applying it now. It doesn't quite match my neck, but it's close. Apparently that's how you're meant to match your foundation. So match it to your neck. I don't know what I'm talking about though. I heard that from someone else. I'm just trying to creatively get around my nose ring, which is still healing. First impressions is that even though this one has hyaluronic acid in it and is meant to be really moisturizing, this one somehow doesn't settle into my lines as much as that one does. I know this is like I've really just put it on, but it's nice. I'm sure I could build it up more if I wanted to be even more full coverage, but I'm gonna leave it like this for now. I think it looks nice in person and it's nice on camera too. It's quite a light formula. It doesn't smell of SPF too badly. It does kind of still smell like Greek yogurt though, which is weird. Yeah, it feels nice on the skin. It doesn't feel too heavy, although it is full coverage, which is great. I can see why people like this stuff. I am a fan. Now I get to try the concealer, which is meant to be pretty good. I've never applied concealer with one of these spongy thingies that come with it. So this is the little applicator. It's a little spongy thing. I don't really know how it works. Oh, you twist it. I don't know how much to twist it. Oh, just started coming out. I twisted it a lot and then I kept pressing the top and it did something. I got it in the shade Pale. No, it's light, but I think the French it says Pale. So I'm gonna give her a go and try putting her on. I'm gonna use it as eye primer as well, because the eye primer I do have is like real, I don't like it. It's very creamy. Let's get my little red spot. Got a spot there, got a spot there, got a spot there. A little bit burny, just a little bit burny. I hope I'm not allergic to it. I guess we'll find out. I've been pretty lucky with makeup. Not so much when I was younger. I was allergic to a lot of makeup, but now it seems to be okay. But I was also allergic to sunscreen growing up, which now I don't know if the formulas are just getting better and they're not putting in what I used to be allergic to, but I seem to be able to use sunscreen now, which is good because Australia doesn't have an ozone layer. I've never had an allergic reaction to a Maybelline product before, so I hope that I'm not actually allergic to it and this is just my skin. Sometimes my skin just burns when things touch it for no reason and there's no reaction or anything. It's hard to tell. It's done a pretty good job of my under eye. So I have very dark circles under my eyes. I've always had pretty dark circles, but they are getting worse. I am getting older, but I was thinking the other day, I get sick a lot. And I have a few dietary issues and things like that. I got IBS. And I was thinking to myself, am I allergic to something? Is that why my under eyes get so dark and I get sick all the time? I'm having like a mild allergic reaction. I don't know, maybe. I had a friend in primary school who would have really big bags under her eyes because of an allergy that she had. So maybe not also. But it's something that I should go to the doctor about and not try and self-diagnose. Well, this is flawless. Not flawless, like no makeup is flawless, let's be honest. Looks beautiful in the camera. My skin looks very even. In person it looks pretty even too, but I don't feel like I'm a cake. I don't feel like, it doesn't feel too intense. Like, you know how when you can just like see from a mile away that someone is wearing too much makeup? I don't feel like that. And it's so light. The stinging is wearing off, which is good. Okay. Now let's do some powder. I don't know when you're supposed to do powder, whether you do blush and stuff first. I guess my blushes are powders. My blush and my highlighter and my bronzer are all powders, so it's probably okay. So this is meant to be a translucent powder, but it's still in the shade Fair Light. I had a few shades. I was like, is it translucent? Lightweight translucent coverage. So it's the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. Its packaging is really nice. Let's see if I can open it. Oh, it's a twist. It's a twist open. Oh, it looks like that inside. There we go. So a lot more comes out of it than the Cover FX one I use, which is like so hard to get out, but it's very translucent. This is a color. Let's see how this goes with my dry skin, eh? Try and get the makeup to stay inside the little creases rather than rub off and look real weird. This certainly is a color, and it's a bit more mattifying than the other one that I use, but you know, we're just testing it out here. Oh, I don't like the color. Maybe it'll wipe away. So I'll get my little fluffy brush, dip it into the powder a little bit, and just fluff it over my face. It looks nice in the camera. It does still look nice in person, but it has given me a little bit of texture. Let me turn down the lights a bit more. Can you see my under eye texture? And around my mouth. I think that might be my work. I forgot to close it. Sorry. And because it's not really translucent, I feel like it's given me a weird color around my mouth too. I don't hate it. Back to perfection. But I don't know if I love it either, but I'm going to use it a little bit because I went off my Cover FX one too. I didn't like it for a while, and then I started liking it again like 2 days ago. Alrighty, so let's do the rest of my face. I've got some bronzer here, the Maybelline City Bronzer in Cool, Medium Cool. This stuff smells really nice. That's something Maybelline does really well. They put nice scents in all their products. If you don't like scented products, then you probably won't like Maybelline. But I do. Give her a light bronzing under my chin and stuff. Trying to hide this double chin a little bit. Just trying to make sure I keep my bronzer high. I already have high cheekbones, and I feel like I always bring it down too far. It makes them look lower than they naturally look. Like my cheekbones up here. The dip is right here. I don't want to go below that dip. One thing I've noticed, I didn't notice about it at first, it has the slightest shimmer to it. The very slightest. So it does give you a bit of a glow. See how the light's catching here? Just glowing. Morgan time! I'll be right back. Now we're doing blush. I don't have a Maybelline blush. So I'm going to use the one that I got in my last ice cream subscription palette, the Mirabella one. If you haven't seen that video, that went up. I think it'll be the one before this, because I doubt I'm going to film more than one video this week. With uni and work, I barely have time to do anything. This is fun though, it's nice. I enjoy it. So I'm going to use I love this colour. I put these on my eyelids last night, and because they're nice and pigmented, see, they make a nice eyeshadow. It looks way more pigmented in the camera than it does on, like, in person on the skin, which is weird, but okay. Like, I'm just getting the long hairs to touch it. I'm not pressing at all. This palette is gonna last me like forever. Doesn't smell like anything. Everyone's doing their nose at the moment, making their whole face pink for some reason. I don't know, I'll do it too. Why not? Light up my forehead with all the extra powder. It's getting warm because I had to close the door. I'm just gonna put my aircon on so I don't sweat all this off. It's not cold, it's not hot today. It's actually quite cool, but this room in my house, because we leave the window closed, especially when it's raining, because otherwise the rain actually comes in the window. And if it's open, it faces the road, so it's very loud. So whenever you have that closed, this room gets really hot during the day. It gets really muggy. Even if it, like, you walk out of the room, it'll get chilly and you'll need a jumper. But you come back in here and you're like, ugh. It's so weird. That's my little light blush. I didn't go too far, I hope. I'm gonna do my brows. I'm using the Maybelline Brow Ultra Slim Pencil. I've fallen in love with this. People rave about it, and I see why. I rave about it too. It does such a beautiful job. It is too warm for me though. I need a more cool toned pencil, but they only come in like 3 colors, so give me more colors. Maybe there are more colors and they're just not at my chemist. I don't know. I'm doing this in my mirror, which is right here, so that's just what I'm looking at if you're wondering. So I create a soft line underneath, very soft at the front because I don't like that really harsh look. But I don't really have a lot of brow hairs here. They just started disappearing. I think I overplucked like twice, and now they just won't grow back. There's like 4 hairs there. So I have to draw them in myself. And then I just draw in some hairs. Then I do a soft top line as well. And then you just comb these downwards so you can see the shape better at the top. Just fill it in a bit more so it's nice and thick. Some people won't have to do this. Mine are just so patchy and like they just need some help. My brows need help. Ta-da! As with eyes, eyebrows are not symmetrical, so whatever you're doing is not going to be the same on both sides, but I'll just do those and come back. I hate this one. It's not working for me, but whatever. I'm not going anywhere. Don't worry about it, Sarah. And then the brow gel I use was something I just found on sale, which is the L'Oreal Plump and Set Brow Artist. Excuse me, it's just a clear brow gel, so it doesn't matter what brand you're using. I don't have really like stiff brows that refuse to sit down and go their own way. I've got quite thin hair and it's not too difficult to work with, so for my brows it does not really matter. But for some people you need something a bit tougher to make them sit the way you want it to sit. I forgot highlighter. I'm gonna do highlighter. I today am using the Duce palette that I got in my first Ice Cream Beauty unboxing, which monthly subscription box, which is on my channel. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. And I will just I'm gonna grab the pink one today. Normally I get all three, but I'm feeling the pinky one today. When it comes to my highlighter, I just like to look in the light and see where it's catching and just put highlight there. Everyone's cheekbones and everything are gonna be different shapes. Your cheeks are gonna be different shaped, fuller in place on some places and not in others. So the advice and consensus on the internet is to just find where the light catches your skin and pop it there. Someone like Nikki Tutorial, she even brings hers down here. She's got fuller cheeks. And I guess if you wanted to create that illusion, you could bring it down further as well. Of course, the end of the nose, bridge of the nose, a little bit up here. I don't know why I just did that. I don't really want to draw attention to my chin, but I did it anyway. Whatever. Glowy. I like to glow it, glow it. I like to glow it, glow it. Guys, today I'm gonna do something really simple. I was gonna use a palette, but I don't have a Maybelline palette. I'm gonna use my Maybelline City Bronzer as my eyeshadow, just one shade. This is a simple look that we're going for. I can only find one blending brush, so I'll just color switch that. I still look very pale, don't I? I think the lighting is just up too high. This is a nice trick if you don't have much space for packing makeup, or if you're in a rush. Don't even use eyeshadow. Put bronzer on your face, or blush. Who cares? Blend it out for a nice soft look. See, it's not much, but it does just give a bit of depth. Especially for my hooded eyes. I'm too lazy to get a little brush, so I'm just gonna do that under eye very carefully with this. And now I'm just going to take some of that highlighter on my finger and pop it in the inner corner for some shine. You know, I do like this highlighter palette. I think it's really beautiful and glowy, but just on this side, not usually on this side, I have a little bit of texture here. Always picks it right up. I don't really care that much, but something to note. I'm not even gonna bother with eyeliner today because this is a casual look. I'm just gonna put mascara on. This is the Falsies Lash Lift from Maybelline. Oop. So my peeps out there with uteruses, especially uteruses that are still giving you the gift of periods. How do you know when your period's gonna start? When the death of your uterine lining is imminent? I'll tell you how I know. First, I get ravenously hungry for days, like a week beforehand. My body just like is gearing up for it. It's just like, you're ready to go, girl. And then I get really emotional. So yesterday, maybe it was the day before, I think it was Saturday, my husband's been watching this F1 documentary. He loves F1 racing. I actually don't mind F1 racing. I don't really get it, but it's kind of fun to watch. We were watching a documentary and we were watching Red Bull do a pit stop tire change. It was so quick it made me cry. The tire change. The pit stop made me cry. Oh boy. So now I know I'm probably gonna get it today or tomorrow. My periods themselves aren't even that bad. This is way TMI. My periods aren't even that bad. The before effects of the period are insane. My PMS is incredible. And then the actual period comes and it's like nearly nothing. On the pill anyway. If I go off the pill, my PMS gets 35 times worse. I'm not joking. It gets so insane. I feel like a crazy person half the time. And then the actual periods themselves get really heavy. The cramps get really painful. It's just awful. So many women have the opposite experience. Like when they're on the pill, they're more emotional, they're unwell, they're like, they just aren't themselves, and then they go off. It's like they balance back out. I need it to balance in. The day that I have to go off the pill for good, or if I decide I want to have kids or something, it's gonna be rough. I got a bit of mascara on my eyelid. This, you can use a spoolie to actually get it off once it's dry. In case you didn't know that. And now lips, and then we're done. Oh my god. So I have a lot of options. And by a lot I mean 4. So I've got one Superstay ink crayon in the color, oh my god, it's got a sharpener on the end. I didn't know that. The color Trust Your Gut. So it's like a pinky nude. I have Superstay matte ink in the color Seductress, which I love the shade. I have 2 from the Coffee range. Oh, it's not, I didn't think it was available in Australia, and I saw it at a Chemist Warehouse. Just like in one of the sites, you know how they just like hang up advertising for stuff and they just have the products hanging on the end of the aisle? It was there. It wasn't in the makeup area, it was like hanging next to it. And I bought 2 and I've never seen them since. So I have Hazelnut Hypnotizer and Chai Genius. Now if you have ever smelled normal Maybelline, it's delicious. It smells like candy. These are insane. The Hazelnut Hypnotizer, I don't know if it quite smells like hazelnut, but it smells different to that, but just as delicious. And the Chai one actually smells like chai. It's crazy. I think I might use one of these. Which one? This one's a bit pinkier, this one's a bit browner, but they don't really turn out like that when you actually apply them. Like this one's quite red, the Hazelnut Hypnotizer. It didn't look that red when I looked at it on models. Maybe it's just my skin. And the Chai Genius one ends up being quite pale. I'm gonna use that one. The shapes of these wands are great. They're pointed, but have a nice curve. So the point helps you do your peak. I forgot to put highlighter there. Helps you do this. But the curve is just the right, what's the name of that? I don't know, it's just the right shaped curve to get your lips. You just turn it on its side and drag it across. This is darker than I remember, but it's nice. It dries solid, like solid. I'm gonna do a Steph Tom's and just brighten up the middle and get it all over my hands. And that's it, everyone. This is my try on of the new Maybelline foundation. I have been wearing it now for close to an hour and it is still feeling very nice. Let me just turn down the brightness again. So it's still a very nice coverage. See all that texture on my cheek over here I was talking about? Brings it right out. I don't really care though. Skin has texture, just in case you didn't know that. In the mirror, it looks nice still. Like, it is still settling, like it's a little tiny bit cakey around these lines. And ever so slightly in here. But not that bad. And I could have built this up more. I should have just given it a go, just gone full crazy with it. But it's really even out my skin. I think it's beautiful. This has come back. What? I must have pulled it off with the powder. I should be more careful. Let's get my hair down. And I've got my loungewear outfit on. Got my joggers. and my white tank top. I'm ready to chill. So if you stuck with me this long, thank you. You're amazing. If you haven't already, please like my video. Please subscribe to my channel and check out some of my other videos. I do makeup videos and some fashion stuff as well when I can afford it. And I would really appreciate you checking those out if you haven't already. I'd love to hear some suggestions of some other foundations, especially full coverage foundations that you really like, that are good for drier skin like mine. Do you have any recommendations? Also, setting powders. I just never know if it's the right one. I don't know if it's doing what it's meant to do. Like, it's setting it down. I forgot to spray Colourpop's hyaluronic acid setting mist. Let's see if this actually makes a difference. It didn't make that much of a difference. It doesn't look any dewier really, or any less cakey than it did. But I like the setting mist. It's nice and it smells good. So yeah, this foundation was great. Like my video, subscribe to my channel, leave me your thoughts down below, and stay cool. That was weird. Anyway, have a good weekend. Bye. This is the lighting with just my light. It's not quite YouTube, right? Not quite. And my computer's in front of me too. Anyway, bye.